Hi everyone, I hope you're all having an amazing week so far. So today I thought I would do one of those typical YouTube videos, what I eat in a day, but with a Kristabel twist, of course, because I am not a nutritionist, I'm not on a diet, I don't have all the answers, but I'm always learning, always trying to add new things to my, meals, trying to add new things to my diet, always willing to try new things and just improve my general well-being. So I'm hoping this could be the first of, a few foodie videos, and I can chart my journey and what I learn and my progress. Well, we'll see. But yeah, I thought I'd do this because I cook a lot in my vlogs, but I don't really talk about my philosophy, like my meal planning, and how I have like some weird quirks around food. If you're not subscribed to my videos, then what are you doing? No, it just means I can keep making more videos and sharing this face with the world. Also, if you want to give this a like, it will make my day. I have a blog, iwantyoutoKnow.co.uk, and I'm also on Instagram at @IamKristabel. I think now I'm 30, like if I eat out a lot, if I go for really rich food a lot, I don't feel good, I don't feel energized. So I have changed my attitude over the years. Like when I was young, you would take me to a buffet, I would go to the buffet 4 times. If you gave me a big portion, even in America, I would eat the whole portion. Okay, maybe I would eat the majority of that portion. Does anyone else hate leaving food behind at restaurants? Or if you're like sharing meals, I'm always the girl that wants the last bit of chicken or the last something. So I used to really have a problem with letting food go to waste. Now, if I'm full, I'm full. I'm not going to force myself to eat it. And, if it's not appropriate to take it home, then it's fine. I prefer to cook most of my own meals when I'm at home. I don't buy ready meals. I don't do takeaways. I usually would go out for a meal, if I'm going to eat something else. If I'm paying for the meals, it's only going to be once or twice a week. Sometimes I end up buying lunch. That is another story altogether. But yeah, I think I like it when I'm in control of my food, when I'm organised, when I do my shopping at the beginning of the week. So you probably know that I'm a big fan of batch cooking, and this came about at uni because prior to that, when I learned how to cook, I was cooking at home. So I was cooking for my family, cooking for 5 people, spag bowl, whatever. And I just kept cooking that way when I went to uni, and I was like, oh, it just means I don't have to cook every day. And I quite like that. I like putting more effort into a meal and making it really exciting, but eating it for a few days. And I don't mind doing that. I think you just have to really train yourself, because I know a lot of people, they want to have something different every day. I know some people think they're going to get bored, but I think if you make something really nice, something that you really love, you can eat it, you can keep eating it. I tend to cook a meal that will last around 3 days, sometimes it's 4. After that it starts to get a bit dodge, but you can always freeze it as well if you do get a bit bored. So over the years I've really tried to expand what I eat. So I'm eating, sometimes I have bulgur wheat, aubergine. Aubergine is quite a recent one. I found a really good recipe that I like. So I tend to have about 10 dishes that I would rotate between. So the standard one is just jerk chicken with rice and veg. So that is like my standard Sunday dinner. Does anyone else feel like they have to have a proper Sunday dinner as well? And then sometimes I'm having salmon with noodles. Sometimes I do a pork noodle stir fry. I've also got a great 1-hour ramen recipe. What else do I like? Tofu drunken noodles. Basically whatever you see in this video is what I cook a lot. If I've got something in the freezer and I'm like, oh, what do I do with this? I will go onto Pinterest and just type it in, see what I fancy. I also like recipe boxes. I think it's quite a nice thing to do occasionally if you're in a rut with your cooking. You get 3 different meals, you've got all the ingredients, and you just cook it, and it's laid out for you. You don't have to worry. And I've gone on to cook so many of those meals again. I think the meals I'm cooking, most of the meals I'm cooking in this video are from those recipe boxes. So yeah, that's a bit of an insight into what I eat. I am a proper carnivore, but I'm open to eating more vegetarian or vegan dishes. Sometimes you have to spend a lot on ingredients and it goes really, really far. What I eat in a day actually starts off with what I buy on a Sunday. So I did my weekly shop, I was organised, I kind of mentally planned out my meals, bearing in mind what I had in the freezer, what I had in the fridge, was there anything that I needed to use up? And yeah, I got really organised early on. So here's a few clips of my weekly shop and my initial batch cooking process. So this is my weekly food shop. I think it came in at around £22, but bear in mind I did go out a few days ago to get an avocado and ice cream. I've got lots of random bits that are just hanging around. So I've got my bits for my tofu drunken noodles. So I've got special noodles, tofu, lime, shallot, cucumber. Then I've got the bits for my lunch. This is the aubergine gnocchi bake. Butter's just there randomly. I've got my cereal, my snacks, some things I'd run out of, bagels. So hopefully I've got enough components just in case I'm stuck, you know, because I hate when you get hangry and then you just make a bad decision and buy the wrong thing. So fingers crossed, I won't have to go to Sainsbury's again this week. So also I should probably show you my store cupboard ingredients. So this is where I keep a lot of my carbs up there. Oh my God, I've got these rice paper sheets. I must have had these since 2013. Probably need to get rid of them. I'm not going to be making spring rolls. Also got a lot of seasoning. You knew I'd have some seasoning. So I tend to just buy seasoning wherever I go. And yeah, I've always got something for meat or to just add to something. Oh my God, love chili oil. And then I've got the other little bits. Oh God, I think the date has gone on this. That was from Costa Rica. But yeah, I've got all the components you need to season your food. So first things first, breakfast. So I am pretty boring. Every day I pretty much start off with a coffee and a bowl of muesli. And I tend to have this quite early. As soon as I get up, I'm really hungry and I find it really hard to wait. I know some people can, you know, have breakfast at their desk, but usually I'll have that at about 7:30 in the morning. Today was a bit different. I was working from home, but yeah, usually 7:30. So when I used to work from home, most of the time, I would have my lunch really early. So I'd probably have it at like 11 or sometimes even earlier. But I've now realised that I may need to prepare a few snacks in between. So usually I'll go get some almonds, or I've got these like Jacob's crackers that I like. I was meant to make the fruit salad, didn't actually make the fruit salad, but you know, might have an apple in between. So in terms of lunch, if I'm at my co-working space, I will usually, well, if I'm having an organised week, I would try and bring something with me. Because I'm working from home, I decided to make an omelette, and that is my go-to option most of the time. I throw in, you know, whatever I've got, and I fry it up. So this is probably the strangest looking lunch ever, but it will taste good, I promise. I've got an omelette with sun-dried tomatoes, salami that Lucy doesn't want, made do with what I have, used up the avocado and a bit of the rocket I had in the fridge. So yeah, this is what I actually eat. It looks a bit weird. So it's 4:45 and that means it's almond time, almond time, almond time. So for today's dinner, I made my favourite like go-to Thai recipe, tofu drunken noodles, and it's so simple. It's really flavoursome. You can add as much spice as you want, and it kind of tastes like what I would have had in Thailand. So I tend to make it once or twice a month. It seems to make about 3 portions, sometimes slightly more, so always a great one to have midweek. And then after dinner, so I might have some raspberries. I've got some fruit in the fridge. Sometimes, you know, I don't eat anything else. I'm usually fine. Don't really have a sweet tooth, apart from my ice cream. I also love the M&S cookies that you can bake in the oven. I love those, but I haven't got any at the moment. So yeah, if I fancy it, I might have some fruit and Haagen-Dazs. So in terms of goals, I think I do want to find some nutritious snacks that will tide me over in between meals, or just maybe something more filling for breakfast. So I'm tempted to try some smoothies. I've seen like an imitation NutriBullet type thing, which is like £20. You know, I don't want to be the kind of girl that buys these appliances and then just leaves them, because I have a juicer that I've not used for about a year. But yeah, I think I want to try it. I want to try and get into smoothies. Also, because I was in Valencia a few months ago, I really loved the paella, and I did buy some paella seasoning. Of course, there are no instructions or anything, but I want to try and find a recipe for like a baked rice dish that I can do in the oven. So that, yeah, I need to get researching that. Also vegetables. I do want to find exciting ways of cooking vegetables, especially aubergine. So yeah, that is basically what I'm eating at the moment. I'd love to know if you're similar in any ways. Like, are you funny about certain items? Like potatoes. I don't tend to make potatoes unless they're sweet potatoes and unless they're sweet potato fries. Like, I'm quite particular. I don't know if anyone else is like that. I wouldn't just have a baked potato. Like, it just seems so boring to me. But yes, I'd love to know if you can relate to any of this, or if you've got any suggestions as to how I can keep full throughout the day. And I might do these updates every so often and let you know how I'm getting on. So as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll put my previous videos here and here, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye! So it is Saturday and I've actually been invited to brunch with the founders of Slay in Your Lane. I'm here. You know, note down where you are in terms of family, relationships, career, and then where you want to be. So I think now is all about the how.